We are often led to believe that you need to spend thousands of dollars to build a complete watch collection. But that's not really necessary. You can build a perfectly well-rounded and versatile collection without breaking the bank. So today we'll be building not one, but two different kick-ass watch collections for under $1,000 per collection. I've included a blend of a dress watch, a sports watch, and an everyday watch to make each collection well balanced. You could probably make a good 3-watch collection with just Seikos, Casios, and Citizens, but that would be too simple and no fun. So I decided not to include a single watch from these 3 brands. Now that I've made life difficult for myself, let's get started. Coming in at just over $400, the first watch in the collection is the Laco Augsburg Blue Stone Day. Now Laco is a historic German brand that's been around for almost 100 years. Today, they are most famous for their pilot watches, with the Augsburg being one of the entry-level models. Despite being simple and minimalistic, these watches check almost all boxes, with a good-looking and highly legible dial, solid lume, a sapphire crystal on the dial, and an automatic movement on the inside. In my opinion, the sunburst blue dial really makes this watch pop. Being 39mm in diameter also makes this watch suitable for many wrists. Although this watch starts off with a basic automatic movement and a NATO strap, Laco gives you plenty of customization options. If you wish to spend a little more, you can spec this watch to include a better movement, a bracelet, or any number of other customizations. I love the highly legible and simple look of this watch. All in all, I feel that this is an amazing everyday watch to start off your collection. And this is a watch that I personally would love to own someday. Next up is our dress pick. This is supposed to be a more refined watch that's not necessarily the most robust or hardy, but it would be great for formal events or the office. But there's no hard and fast rule and you could easily daily it if you really wanted to. For this watch, I've gone for the Baltic HMS 003. Now Baltic is a French micro brand founded only in 2017. However, they've consistently been delivering great products since their inception, and the HMS 003 is no exception. Priced at only €360 or around $390, this is a classy and elegant option from the French micro brand. With a 36.5mm case that's 46mm from lug to lug, this watch also has great dimensions that will work for the majority of wrists out there. This watch uses an automatic Miyota movement with a power reserve of 60 hours. While the default model comes with a closed caseback, you can get the open caseback model for only €25 more. While I don't own this particular watch, I own the Baltic MR01 and I love that watch. This watch gives you much of the same at a much more affordable price point. Adding the Laco and the Baltic, we sit at $800, leaving us $200 for our last watch, which is $1 more than the price of our last pick. Want a Rolex GMT Master 2 and can't get one? Me too, brother, me too. But fear not, Timex has got our backs with their Waterbury traditional GMT. What's more, coming in at only $199, you can buy 50 of these Timexes for the price of one Rolex. While the Timex doesn't have a fancy Jubilee bracelet, it comes on a simple but comfortable rubber strap, giving it a more sporty look. As the name suggests, the Waterbury is a GMT watch, which means that you can use the additional hand and 24-hour bezel to track 2 additional time zones. Moreover, this watch is sized just right at 39mm wide and 11.5mm thin. How it manages to do this is through a revolutionary technology that produces vibrations to echo around the timepiece and back into the internal forks, causing the forks prongs to vibrate 32,768 times a second. The mechanics inside the watch then convert these vibrations into 1 tick each second, moving the second's hand forward. In other words, it uses a quartz movement. And I don't think there's anything wrong with a quartz watch. I own several myself. They are more accurate and reliable than mechanical watches and also much easier and cheaper to repair and service. I think everyone should have at least one quartz watch in their collection, even the most snobbish collectors. Also being quartz powered, this watch is inherently more rugged than a mechanical watch, so it should do just fine on your sporty adventures. I think the Waterbury is a really good watch for the money and it would be my pick for a sporty watch with a useful complication. So that's our first collection, perfectly balanced with a functional pilot's watch, a dress watch and an everyday sports watch. By the way, if you had to build a 3-watch collection, what would that look like? Drop your collections down below and I'll pick my favorite one from them. Now as you're brainstorming, I'm gonna get started with a second collection following the same guidelines. Now everyone and their neighbor has heard about the Tissot PRX, and for good reason. The PRX line consists of very well made watches that offer a lot of bang and a good dose of bling for your buck. And everyone deserves to experience the lovely Tissot finish and the bracelet. So why shell out over $700 when you can experience the same for half the price? The Tissot PRX Quartz at $395 is the solution. First and foremost, the Tissot PRX lineup includes watches that exude a sleek and sporty 1970s inspired aesthetic. The watch features a stainless steel case that's finished to a pretty high standard. This angular case shape and integrated bracelet contribute to the seamless look. What I like about the Quartz PRX is the uncluttered sunburst dial with a useful date complication and lume applied hands. The PRX lineup is also stacked with a number of color and size options, just pick your poison. Again, I know that a quartz movement isn't the most romantic, but it's certainly more practical. This movement is going to be more reliable, accurate, and hassle-free compared to a mechanical counterpart. Now in terms of comfort, the Tissot PRX Quartz is designed to be wearable for extended periods. I own the 35mm automatic version, and I can safely say that you can comfortably wear this watch all day. The only one downside here is that the integrated case limits strap customizations. Also, the PRX line is water resistant to a depth of 100 meters, making it suitable for swimming. Overall, I think this watch offers an unmatched level of quality and finish for its price. Moving from the PRX, our dress watch pick for this collection is the Orient Bambino. Priced at $270 US, I look at this watch as a Grand Seiko on a budget. Now come on, you can't tell me that this watch doesn't look like a Grand Seiko. The dial is so simple and clean, yet looks so elegant. The blued hands perfectly stand out against the champagne colored dial. Even in terms of proportions, this watch is so well balanced with a 38.5mm case that's 44mm from lug to lug. Now Orient is owned by Seiko, so you know they have the resources to develop their own movements. And an in-house movement is exactly what powers this watch. The F6724 is an automatic movement with 40 hours of power that runs at a classic beat rate of 3 Hz. This watch also comes on a leather strap and will make a classy and timeless option on your wrist. At under $300, you can't really go wrong with this watch. The last watch in this collection is an interesting and attractive dive watch from Hong Kong-based watch brand Spinnaker, the Fleuss Automatic Oxblood Red. Now if you're still here after hearing the name, thanks. And I promise you the watch itself is not bad like its name. In fact, when I first saw this watch, I couldn't quite believe the price point. I thought that this watch with an eye-catching red dial and a Blancpain style dive bezel would command at least $1,000. I was pleasantly surprised to know that this watch costs a third of that, at $300 and some change. And in my opinion, this timepiece looks far more attractive than it has any right to at this price. What draws my eyes is the bold yet legible dial in red and a black bezel with yellow markers. I think all the colors complement each other extremely well. Also, it's really hard to find mechanical dive watches for under $500, but this watch houses an automatic Seiko NH35 movement on the inside. Although you're not gonna get something revolutionary here, it's a tried and tested, reliable movement from Seiko. Built on a solid architecture, this movement is going to last. Also, the watch comes with 150 meters of water resistance, so you're gonna have enough protection to go diving on your office desk. The only drawback of this watch is the slightly large 43mm case that's 51mm from lug to lug. So although, with my small wrists, I'm sized out of this watch, most people should be able to pull it off. On the whole, I think this is a superb sports watch to complete the collection. Overall in this collection, we have a combination of an everyday watch, a dress watch, and a sports watch, making it suitable for all your needs. So there it is, 2 perfectly balanced collections for under $1,000 each. If you're just getting into the world of watches or don't want to spend too much money, you could certainly use this as a guide to get you started. What did you think of the collections? Are there any watches I missed? How would you tailor a 3-watch collection? I'm keen on hearing your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and catch you in a new video next week. Take care.